Have you been training your abs for weeks, maybe months, and you're still struggling to fit into a medium t-shirt and actually fill out the arms? And now you're sat there wondering, is all this hard work actually worth it? I'm going to show you the exact method I use to train my own arms and gain 2 inches within 12 weeks, alongside all the methods that I've used with hundreds of people to make it look like they actually go to the gym. And when they wear a t-shirt, it doesn't look like they're wearing a wizard sleeve. I've linked the exact program I used with myself and I've used with clients in the description below. It's called the Arm Farm. It's at the bottom of the Great Guide of Gains, and you'll get absolutely everything you need out of it. This is part 1 of this series, mainly because I'm going to split the bicep training into this video and the tricep training into the next video. And before I show you the exact exercises you want to be doing, you need to make sure you are training with intent. You are training with good form, and you need to train close to failure. The closer you are to failure, the more muscle stimulus you're going to get, and the more growth you're going to get. Biceps can be trained to facilitate different aspects of the bicep. So we both have the bicep peak, which is the long head of bicep, and we have the bicep thickness, which comes from the short head of bicep. So the first exercise you're going to do as a staple is a chin up. This is hitting your long head of bicep. It's going to make your peak bigger. Have you ever seen a gymnast with small biceps? No, they do a shit ton of chin-ups. An underhand grip brings more bicep in than you typically see in a pull-up. You've got greater range of motion because your scapula is in a better position, and you can get a really nice bicep stretch at the bottom. Secondly, we've got a cable bicep curl, which again is for the long head of bicep. It is for the peak. It is for the peak. Cables are brilliant because they always keep the tension on, and that long head of bicep crosses the shoulder. So at the top, we want to get that elbow up as well to get maximum contraction and maximum range of motion within that contraction. And even when your arms are dead straight at the bottom, there is still tension to the bicep because it's a cable. Number 3, and we are going for thickness. We're going for the short head of bicep. It is an easy bar curl. This is a great variation to start your biceps off with because of the range of motion and the grip. It's the bicep variation that I would definitely be using if I want to get stronger through my biceps, as well as increasing the hypertrophy. Because you're stood up, because you've got a bar in both hands, you're not limited by single arm stuff, and you're able to actually put some cheap reps at the end of it, which are going to help facilitate some muscle growth and put some extra tension on the muscle. Number 4, we have a modified Zottman curl. Again, brilliant for strength because we come up in hammer curl, so we're getting that peak contraction. We're actually increasing the eccentric phase with a normal supinated grip, so a normal bicep. So we're not only getting the peak on the way up, but we're getting the thickness on the way down. The reason I like these modified ones is because hammer curl is stronger and the eccentric portion of the exercise is harder. We're able to overload the weight on the way up and then overload the weaker part of the movement on the way down. And because we've got that twist, we bring a little bit of forearm in there, and let's face it, we like some forearm muscles as well. Number 5 is a Bayesian curl. This is getting a lot more popular. I see a lot more people doing this in the gym now. But this is on a cable, so we've got peak contraction all the way through. The cable maintains the tension whilst you're getting a full lengthened position of the bicep. Underrated. Lastly, number 6. I'd be doing a dumbbell incline curl. Very similar to the Bayesian curl where we're getting that big stretch at the bottom, but without the cable. The reason I like doing dumbbell incline curl is because we can overload them with drop sets, myo reps, and lengthened partials to make sure that we're getting as much out of the session as we possibly can. Because you're in a wider position with a supinated grip, you're going to get the thickness, but because we're in that lengthened position, we're also going to get the peak. So we're using both the short and the long head of bicep. Muscle growth isn't just about the exercise, it's about how much of that exercise you're doing. I spoke about intent and I spoke about proximity to failure. They're both really important, but the amount of sets that you do on a weekly basis is also important. If you're a beginner, you want to start between 8 and 12 sets per week. If you're more intermediate or more advanced, you want to be looking at more 20 sets per week just for your biceps. If you want your biceps to grow, let me know how you get on putting these into your program. Like I said, if you want the exact program I used, link is in the description below. I've also linked the 4 weeks of free coaching down there as well for you. And I've also linked my Instagram if you want to hit me up and ask me any questions. Make sure you like, subscribe, and get notifications so you know when part 2 comes up. We'll be talking about triceps, which are about 60% of your arm and make up most of the mass in your arm as well. So you don't want to miss that if you want bigger arms. I'll see you on the next one.